Okay, so picking up, we're on question 4. So this one is again about aluminium, and it says it has many uses because of its low density, good electrical conductivity, flexibility, and resistance to corrosion. Then the main steps in the extraction of aluminium are shown in the flow chart. So we start with getting aluminium ore from open cast mining. Then there's 50% of it, that's waste rock that we just get rid of. Then the aluminium oxide is separated and purified. And then aluminium is extracted by electrolysis at 950 degrees. And we're going to get some waste carbon dioxide gas, and we end up with the aluminium metal. So the question asks us to use this information to suggest the benefits of recycling aluminium, as in not having to go through this process. So at different points I've noted down some potential negatives that each of these steps could have. So open cast mining, that's going to damage habitats, it's going to cause a lot of noise pollution and also some visual pollution. Then waste rock, well, where's that going to go? It's going to fill up landfill space, which is a bit of a negative. The waste carbon dioxide could lead to global warming or climate change. And then that aluminium has to be extracted by electrolysis at a very high temperature. Means we're going to need lots of energy, and we're going to have to burn fuels. So not going through this whole process and instead just recycling could stop all of these things having to be done. So this is 3 marks. These are the different options that you could choose to say why it would benefit. So 1, actually, because you're going to conserve resources or conserve aluminium, meaning you're not going to need more. You can reuse it again. Less mining, less quarrying is going to be needed. There's going to be less traffic because you'll have to have lorries come and pick up the aluminium and ore and transport it. So less traffic, less noise, less dust in the air from the explosions at the quarry, less damage to habitats. You're going to produce less waste rock, you're going to produce less carbon dioxide, and you're going to need less energy because you're not going to need to produce this 950 degrees Celsius heat. So any of those 3 points would get you your marks. Okay, then we've got a similar question to one we had before. So pure aluminium is rarely used for construction of large objects. Small amounts of other metals are usually mixed with aluminium. So this is very similar to the iron and steel question from before. Except this one we do need to add a bit more detail to show our understanding. So the first key thing is to say that pure aluminium is soft, and that's why it wouldn't be used for construction. And then, secondly, why add these small amounts of other metals? Because adding other metals will stop the layers of aluminium sliding over each other, and that's going to make it stronger and harder. So similar diagram to the one I did before. A pure metal, you've got layers in a regular arrangement that can slide over each other. That makes them soft. Whereas if you have a mixture of metals, or what we call an alloy, then you're going to fill in some of these gaps so the layers can no longer slide over each other. Okay, over the page to our last question. So this one is about what kind of milk bottles should be used. So we've got milk bottles that are made from glass or plastic, and then we also have this option of new plastic milk bags. So I've just highlighted some kind of key information here that we're going to need to answer the question. And again, it's about a claim. So supermarkets claim that using milk bags instead of milk bottles, now that could be either glass or plastic milk bottles, would have less environmental impact. So do you agree with the claim? You got to use information in the article and your knowledge and understanding to make appropriate comparisons to justify your answer. So really with this one, the best thing to do is agree with the claim. There are some reasons why it might not be true, but there are far more why it is actually true. Why, yes, you should agree with it that milk bags are more of a positive than the bottles. So I've highlighted some things in the text. So one key one, a milk bag uses 75% less polyethylene, which means you're going to need a lot less crude oil. Okay, and that's going to have a whole host of reasons why that's better for the environment. Then why we can actually compare also to why better than glass bottles, because to make glass bottles you need to heat these materials up to 1600 degrees Celsius in a furnace. That's going to mean we have to burn lots of fuels. That's going to produce lots of carbon dioxide, which can contribute to global warming. We don't have to do that with our